Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back. Welcome to. My name is Joe Josh. I go by iChart Daily. Today is July 2nd, 2025. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a window to my thought process on what I think is still happening with Bitcoin and what just did happen over the last, I would say, 2 to 4 days. This is not financial advice. This is a window to my thought process. I've been doing technical analysis for about 18 years now. I was originally taught by my father, who was an options trader for Stratton Oakmont, and I have perfected my swing trading strategy ever since. So, in my last video, I noted that let's not use this one, let's use the full chart. I noted that Bitcoin, the monthly RSI, has broken above one of the first resistance levels, which is the 70 line. This shows me that we have once again room to grow, at least for a month or two, until we meet the next resistance line, which would be the trend line. The trend line being this downward trend line, equaling anywhere from 73.24 to, let's just say, 74.52. I took this little high right here. So we're getting close, right? But this is a monthly chart, so that means that we could have 1, 2, or 3 months of bullish momentum because of this. Something did just happen that was very, very important. We have formed officially, a higher low. That is very bullish. That is the start of potentially a swing reversal, and I'll explain. So we've been doing this, right? We've been doing lower highs, lower lows. This is what I mean by one high, and your next swing high was lower, and your next swing high was lower. Lows, 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 right? The most important thing is we have done this, and we have stopped at the 105 to 104,000, way higher than your 98 to 101 and way higher than your 100 to your 101. And what that shows me is if this is a trend reversal and if we are about to have a nice pump up, then this trend line would then be obsolete. Excuse me, I don't know why there's 8,000 alerts at the same level. Give me a second. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. I'm going to put my alert here at the 101, 175, because my next concern is, does the next bar come up and reach these highs again of 110, 336 to, let's just say, the wicks of 110, 874, and then after that start retesting the 111s. And then this trend line wouldn't do this anymore, and now because we're making steps up, it would look like that, and we want to see where our next one takes us. Like, does this go something like this, and then like stop here, and then do something like this to another higher low? As of right now, the reason why I'm saying that is, once again, long-term trends predict short-term outcomes. As long as the monthly remains bullish, I'm expecting bullish behavior out of the weekly. As long as the weekly shows bullish behavior, and the bullish behavior is this candle formation where we're going to have a downtrend, but we've seen massive up volume. Your RSI did not break the moving average. We need to take out this high here of 67.43. You can see the moving average is on the uptrend, and we are now using it as support. You're stochastic. The most important thing that happens here is, do we have a golden cross and break back above the 80, something like this, right? Similar, or something like this, similar. And just to show you it's not my opinion, when this plays out and we come down, have a consolidation, and go back up into the good momentum part of the RSI, well, basically Bitcoin had its consolidation from 24,000 to 19,000, but had a nice pump to 29. Previously, right, Bitcoin went from 52,000 to 40,000. As long as we stayed bullish, right, bullish, 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 we then went from 40,000 to, let's just say, 62,000. Same thing here, right? Once again, bullish formation, meaning your MACD is above the 0 line, your RSI is above the 50 line, making higher lows, higher highs. You had a little consolidation out of your stochastic here. Bitcoin went from 10,000 down to 8,000, but then once the trend turned the other way, we went from 9,000 to 12,000. That is what I think is potentially on the horizon right now for the next month or two, until the monthly RSI is extremely overbought and reaching those resistance levels that I mentioned. I also keep saying that the 2-day, the 1-day, and the 3-day chart are the ones that show you the beginning of the swings, right? So right now, first one I'm going to look at is the RSI on a 2-day. And the first thing that I do like is it's forming an inverse head and shoulders, right? We had this low here. The next swing took us here. The next swing took us here. This shows me that this could, once again, tap these levels, but pretty much come to these levels here. And the most important thing of that is the market structure thereafter, right? We are in section A, which shows this could be a continuation to the upside. We're only at 57.58, which shows me we have room to grow. This is an inverse head and shoulders, showing me that the pattern has somewhat formed its bottom on the 2-day, is breaking above the moving average, and is back on track to making bullish gains. The MACD is the second indicator that's going to move thereafter, meaning your RSI is going to show you bullish sentiment first, and then you're going to have a golden cross, right? Your RSI is going to have bearish confirmations and sentiments, and then you're going to have a death cross. Unfortunately, you are late to the party when the golden cross happens, because these are trailing indicators. So you need to figure it out now while it's happening. And now looking at the 2-day as well, not only is the RSI forming an inverse head and shoulders, the price action itself is also forming a head and shoulders, showing me that once again, this level right here is on the table for at least the short-term play. Right now, your risk reward is a risk of 2% and a reward of 2 to 3 to 4%. I would just keep my stop loss tight. Make sure your liquidation price on any futures options that you're looking to open, obviously a long, your liquidation price would be below 104.3, so that if we were to come back down, you would be negative but not liquidated. Excuse me, and then I'm taking profit at once again these levels right here, right? So I would take profit 109.4, second profit at 110.2, and my greed levels are going to be anywhere from 111.1 to 111.8. From there, I would like to see if we're going to form another higher low, like this one here. If this does this, and then we come down and form over here, then I have the option to once again take my trend lines and do something like that, and then this one would line up with the next high that's coming over here. You know, you could speculate thereafter, is it forming a rising wedge, yada yada yada. As of right now, momentum is on our side. That's the video. Just wanted to give you a quick update to my last one, saying that I do think that the trend is changing, and that's it. Another thing that I would like to see on the 2-day, as you can see now, there's sections, right? There's section A, there's section, I'm sorry, this is A plus, this is A, this is B minus or B, and then this is B minus, right? The most important thing is, are you having consolidations in the good territories? And we did, right? We had a nice double bottom, W pattern. We had a nice little pump, consolidation, and now a golden cross in section A, showing me that we have room to grow. And then once your stochastic RSI is close to the 70 or above and stays there, it's the most bullish time possible. Not my opinion. Just look at the chart, right here. When you're in section A, golden cross, stochastics above, Bitcoin went from 82,000 all the way to here, 107.5, and then you could see death crosses, RSIs breaking moving averages, stochastic breaking 80. So as of right now, we're on the cusp over the next 2 days, which is the next candle coming in 1 day, 9 hours. That one should print and then retest the 110.2, like I said, to these levels here. But besides that, then I'd be watching the 3-day, then the 4-day, then the 5-day to see if the longer term trends are changing. That's the video. Love you guys. Appreciate the support. Any comments, questions, concerns, leave it in the comments section. I get to everyone. Discord link will be in the description. That's free. Besides that, love you guys. Appreciate the support. And let's do this.